Wow.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to Let's Talk Music, and if you're new here, then welcome. I've got guests on tonight, which is very exciting. So, did you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Adam Leader. I messed it up. I'm Rory. I play guitar.
I'm Sean, I play drums.
I'm Adam, I sing.
That's
Matt.
cool. Funny, Rory, you have the same name as my son. It's a cool name.
Oh, nice.
Is it spelled Rory or the
R O.
Stop playing, Marie. Tell us. Rory's your son.
Rowley?
Hi, Mum.
Yeah, no. So yeah. Thank you for coming on. Do you want to tell the guys at home the name of your band and what kind of music you play? So what like genre?
We're from a band called In Search of Sun, and we play music.
Music.
Music of a funky, heavy
Fine ass music.
dialect.
I like that. I like this is not like a you haven't put yourself. Do you know what? It's really nice that bands are doing this more often, that they're not like this is what we are and this is the box we're staying in. I like that people are just like we just play.
It's always been hard with us. I don't think we've ever really been able to.
It's never been a box, has it?
We've been told boxes, and we don't feel that we apply to those boxes.
Fair.
It's strange. Maybe it's not worked in our favor though. Maybe that's why we've always found it hard to get on bills, because we're not metal enough to be metal, but we're not funky enough to be. I don't know.
I book gigs very differently. So I do a little charity gig called Rock Beats Cancer, and although it's Rock Beats Cancer, I do have a mixture of stuff within that. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just different though. Maybe we need to get chatting.
Maybe we do. It's good to be different though.
It's nice to have a lineup of mixture of different things sometimes, because then you get more of a crowd in, because some people might not like one band but they might like you guys, and they might not like you guys but they might like a different band. I don't know. That's how I feel. That's how I roll with it.
Yeah, definitely. So each to their own. It's cool. It's
I think everyone hates us.
Well, that too.
That could be it.
So no, we're all good. So I like to start my interviews with a icebreaker question. It's a bit of a weird one, I suppose. Some people like it, some people don't, but we're gonna roll with it. If you could describe your personality as a color, what would it be and why?
I'm guessing Adam's is yellow.
Yeah.
I guess I'm spoken for.
Why are you yellow?
Why are you yellow, Adam?
Because for many years I hid in the dark. Nah, do you know what? I don't know, man. Like yellow. I don't know. For years and years and years, I always used to wear a lot of black, which I think most people do. But then that never really felt like me. So when I realized that just because I'm into metal music, I don't just have to wear black clothes, I was like, well, actually, I love the way yellow pops on black, and that I feel suits the way I feel inside, and perhaps my personality, as cheesy as that sounds. So yeah, yellow all the way.
I like it.
I'll probably go black. I'm going to go the other way. Darkness. Why not?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I wear black every day, but I don't think that's my color either. You know.
I love that.
I like to jazz it up.
You're more of a mauve man, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mauve.
I don't really own anything mauve.
The problem is that every time we've been on the road, Rory ends up coming home with other people's clothes. So he hasn't really, I don't think Rory, you've really had much time to discover your color.
Yeah.
Because you wear other people's.
I lose as much as I gain.
Yeah.
When we were on our last tour with Scarlet Riot, someone came to see us, and she said that last time I saw her, which was like 4 or 5 years ago, I was like lying on the car park floor and I took my jumper off, and then she's got my jumper. And I've been looking for that jumper for years and I didn't know where it was. And she's like, oh, I got it. And then she sent me a picture of it.
So the one you thought.
It wasn't the one I thought it was. It was another one.
I nicked his jumper off him for years.
But then probably on that same tour, like, 5 years ago, I gained a favourite T-shirt, which I still have. So
and probably a few jumpers as well.
Yeah.
I love that. It's cool. So can I ask, where did the name come from for the band?
We used to be called. We used to go by the name Driven. That was like our first band name or whatever, and we went for a little while with that name. But then we wrote our first album, The World Is Yours, and there was a song on there called In Search of Sun, and we just kind of felt like as the music, I guess, was kind of maturing and going in a different direction to the quote unquote metalcore kind of sound that we used to have, we kind of all just agree. I think it might have been Dave, who unfortunately he isn't with us today, but like, no, that sounds like he's dead. he's not on the podcast today, but I think it was Dave that was like, wait a minute, why don't we call the band In Search of Sun? Because it kind of embodies everything we're about and what we're trying to do as individuals and as a band. And we were like, yeah. So it just fit.
Well, we got a song called that as well.
Huh?
Yeah.
Got a song called that, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it came from that song. That's from Dave was like, let's call the band that, and release the debut album under that name. And since then, it's all been uphill.
Yeah,
struggles.
Yeah.
It's kind of ironic that your favorite color is yellow. Then.
There you go.
It was meant to be.
But various things are yellow. I feel like the best things in life are yellow. For example, lemons. You gotta love a lemon. Yellow peppers. Super noodles. Who doesn't like super noodles? They're yellow. Do you know what I mean? And of course, the sun, which gives us life.
Is it yellow?
God.
It's kind of yellow.
I'm gonna go with yellow. So what inspired you guys to do music, either individually or as a group, or however you want to answer that?
What inspired us to do music?
Yeah, why were you like, I don't know.
Pantera.
Yeah, that's definitely a key factor. But we all just took it naturally, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we all were like playing
from day one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've always been musical, all of us. We all went to different schools. But well, actually, no, we didn't. Me and Rory went to the same high school. Sean and Dave, is it? Sean, you and Dave went to the same high school?
No, he was in Spain when I was in high school.
Really? Oh yeah, sorry. Dave moved here when he was 15. All right, sorry, cancel that. But we all grew up like in like musical, I don't know, with music in our blood or whatever. And it was always, we were always playing or trying to play in some way, shape, or form. And we were all in other like respective bands in high school that sucked, as they do. But they always do, man. I've still got footage somewhere of like my first band's gig. It was crazy. In fact, we played with Dave's old band from high school as well. It was crazy on the same circuit. But yeah, we just kind of our paths ended up crossing. Like me and Rory didn't really speak much in school, but I knew how much of a shit hot guitarist he was, and it was after school that I was trying to form a band that someone said, it was our mutual friend Rory, I think it was Dan Foss. He was like, why don't you call Rory? I was like, oh yeah, he's really good.
Just made the note that Adam used to chase me around the school quad. He was basically my biggest bully at school.
I didn't do that, man. Did I actually do that?
You did. You weren't my biggest bully. You were quite friendly bully about it, but
friendly bully.
Yeah, there was a handful of times, but
Gonna chase you.
I think you just continue, but carry on.
But we
Yeah.
just sort of, it was after that, like I went to Rory's, me and him and another friend of ours, Will, just started messing around and making up stupid songs, which I'm sure we could dig out sometime from somewhere. And then eventually it kind of just, we kind of all just got together and ended up being in this band that it just happened. I guess the stars aligned, so to speak.
Fair enough. Cool.
Mm.
So, other than music, does anyone have any interesting hobbies, or just any hobbies in general, or is music your whole entire life?
I like making weird shit.
Go on.
Yeah, I'll show you one.
That's cool.
Little crazy little wood monsters.
Oh, they're cute.
How do you make them? Do you carve them at home, like
Yeah,
hand?
mate.
That's
Carve
really
Little whittling.
that's a cool hobby, to be fair. I had someone on here once who does like, I don't know, like jousting or something, when you're like on a horse and you're
No.
like armor stuff.
Jousting.
Yeah, he does that, and I was like, that's so cool.
That is kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, he was
Joust.
really embarrassing. I was like, it's not embarrassing, that's pretty cool.
How,
Are there any music videos?
how do you get into jousting? You know, like
I don't know.
You have to link us up, man.
Yeah,
find out. Yeah,
I want to go jousting.
so cool. Sounds so cool. I always get told that I do too much. I do a lot of things.
What do you do?
So this started as one of my hobbies, just talking to like local bands, because I go to a lot. I started just going to a lot of local like gigs and stuff. My friends were in bands, and I was like, I'm just gonna come support them. That's how it started, and then I was like, kept going. I was like, I actually love this. So then this became a hobby after lockdown. I put on gigs, which is for me is a hobby. I love it. I don't get any money out of it. It's a charity gig. I'm a cheerleader. I coach cheerleading.
So is it.
I'm a scout leader, which are two very different things from different universes. And yeah, those are my main ones. I play drums.
Nice.
stay busy, huh?
Yeah, just very busy. And everyone's like, you need to slow down. I'm like, I like to be busy. I like to be doing things. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of really busy for me.
Marie, why don't you do you should do a drum cover of one of our songs?
I could give it a go. I don't know
Do
if I'd be able to do it.
Sean
Alright,
will teach you.
challenge accepted.
Or
Challenge.
organize a cheerleader dance to one
One
of
of
the
your-
and
With jousting.
Joust.
With jousting in the background.
Yeah.
Both challenges on right there. Go for it. So is there any bands or artists out there that inspire you guys to do this, either as individual people or as a band itself?
Yeah.
Pantera.
Definitely. As a band, we all pretty much, they're the gods, isn't it?
Mhm.
They're-
I think
Fair.
we're all into an array of different bands, different styles, different genres and stuff like that. But I think we all kind of have metal in common, and I guess that band in particular in common. That yeah, I mean, yeah.
especially when we were younger, there was very inspiring,
Mm.
Definitely.
and yeah, we've definitely branched out, but
Yeah.
I rarely listen to any metal now, but I'm not saying I won't, but sometimes I like to just listen to the sounds of
nature.
nature mixed with screaming.
Yeah.
So Rory's listening to a lot of Enya lately.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I haven't listened to Enya, but I think I probably would. Who's Enya? Sing a song. Oh yeah. I'll listen to that. Yeah, sure.
Nature, man.
Yeah.
Gosh, this is what
Rory K.
I say.
Sounds of the forest.
Yeah. But it's a strange one when we write. I don't know. It's weird, like, because I like it is a mixture of funk and metal when we write, because we love to go hard on like a beat down or just something with groove, but it's exactly the same time someone's there just like playing something super super funky. It was usually Rory or Dave, like with a riff, and it usually starts nowadays with some form of funky riff that when everybody else kind of throws their ideas into the mix, gets infused into some form of heavy metal kind of funk groove, which is weird, which I guess like a lot of people tend to say that we're a funk metal band. I like to think that we're more a funk metal thing than prog, which a few people have said. I still don't really, I don't know. But again, it goes back to the whole thing of you can't really pigeonhole us. So I don't know.
That's good though. I like that you can't. I like that. Do you know what? I feel like I said, a lot of bands are starting to do this now anyway, but putting yourself in a box limits you a little bit, because you have to be like, oh, we can't add that to our song because that's going to go more that way, or or more that way, or whatever. And I think if you're more open to be like, we're not in a box, like we just play what we feel like playing and what feels right to us. I feel like that is more organic anyway, because you're just doing what you want to do, kind of thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you're right. You just write what comes out, and if people dig it, great. But if they don't, at least you do. So.
Yeah, exactly.
I think if it sounds like, if it feels authentic, then it's normally good.
Yeah.
You can tell when someone's forcing.
Yes.
So it happens to us when, you know, Dave's always trying to make us techno. And like, you know, sometimes that there is elements of that work. But you know, when it's like real forced and it's like to be a bit poppy or something, then it doesn't. You can just, it doesn't feel right. And then when Adam goes to sing on it, it particularly doesn't feel right.
Yeah. So
I think you kind of,
we've all got to feel
it's good to swing far, and then it kind of ends up swinging back, like the pendulum comes back, and you end up with something that feels.
Like, oh my god! So I just had that. This just came back to me. We released a song called "Make Me Crazy." It's actually going to be on our upcoming EP, which I guess we'll talk about later. But the second verse, right? The riff is just pure. It's just pure funk, right? And then all of a sudden, and I remember we were sitting in Rory's studio. We're going, man, let's go heavy on the second part of the verse. Let's go. And then we had this, we were inspired by like, let's try and do what, I'm not going to say it because it's not a rip, but it's like there's live album of a band that did something, and then they kind of did something different live to their song. And we were like, let's try that on this because that would really fit. So we did like our own version. So there's the second part of this super funky verse that kind of sounds like the Chili Peppers. All of a sudden goes boom, with all these harmonics and shit like that, and it's cool. But that's when it works, and it's amazing because that's literally, you've got funk going straight into something super groovy and heavy.
Cool. That's cool. That sounds cool. Yeah. So this is kind of the part of the podcast where I like to switch over a little bit, and I give you guys a chance to ask me a question if you want to. So if you've got a question you want to ask me, go ahead.
What's your favorite color?
My favorite color. I'm going to sound like a really generic girl, but it's pink.
Okay.
It's like
that clears it up.
Yeah.
Pink's probably my second or third favorite color. I love pink. Yeah.
I hate saying it though, because I'm a girl, so people just do like the whole like, oh, okay. I'm like, but it is my favorite color. I just
a bit of pink.
I just opened I say just opened, in the summer, I opened my own cheerleading school, and the colours for it are pink and black, because I was like, who doesn't like a little bit of pink?
That's another question.
Huh?
That's another question.
Yeah, go for it. Friday
night, right?
Yeah.
Room by yourself, everyone's out, everything's taken care of, and you're gonna cook yourself a meal.
Yeah.
And it can be whatever you want. It can take as long as you want. What are you going to make yourself?
Steak and chips, probably.
Oh, good choice.
Would
Glass
go.
of wine or beer on the side.
Or cider.
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 Oh yes.
Controversial.
No, it's not. That can be good. Yeah, I like that.
I can't drink cider. That's the first thing I ever. Yeah.
I like that question. Have you guys, before we wrap it up and tell everyone what you guys have got going on at the moment, has there been any gigs recently that you've been to? Either they can be local, they can be like big bands that you were like they've done something awesome.
Hold on. I think probably.
What bands that we've seen?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I haven't been to any gigs.
Have you not? Wow.
Gigless as of late.
I go to loads of gigs because that's my job. It's not to go. I work as a guitar tech, so I'm at
Cool.
gigs, and I still can't think of an answer.
I love that.
Adam,
I love
What's that? Sorry, you lost me for a second. My internet
have
died.
you gone to see anyone recently that's just been like, wow?
Yeah.
You know,
I went to see our friends in the Raven Age recently on the UK leg of their tour. And they were great live. Don't get me wrong, we've been friends with them for a long time. However, there was the support band. It's also friends of ours, a band called Disconnected, who just are they're a French band, and that they are just immense live. I've not seen anything quite like it. Like the energy, and like I've never seen anyone so tight. So yeah, Disconnected from France. Check them out.
Amazing. I love it when you go to a gig and the supports are like just as good or sometimes better than the main. I just like that. I like that. It used to be that you'd go to a gig and sports would like deliberately maybe be rubbish and like the main would be better. Now it's just like a level playing field, and I like it. It's quite nice.
That's why we're very frightened to be going out on our first headline tour in May.
You've got it.
Because we've got some very good support bands with us, and kind of wishing that we didn't.
I get that. That's
maybe like they'll do all the hard work,
Yeah.
and then we'll just kind of just exist.
like
We'll
Yeah.
steal their, steal their.
Oh,
Steal their energy.
I saw Bring Me the Horizon live a couple weeks ago, and don't get me wrong, they were incredible, like had the best time, but Bad Omens supported, and they were sick.
Miles better.
Yeah, but I honestly I've been a Bring Me the Horizon fan since I was like 13, so for me it was a little bit of a like nostalgia, like I finally get to see them live. So I wasn't like, and they did a good job doing it around, like it was amazing. But yeah, and I'd never heard of Bad Omens before, and when I heard of them, I'd never heard them, and yeah, when they came on, I was like, this is incredible. This is so good.
Yeah,
So-
they're so good, that band.
So this is the part where you guys get to talk about what's coming out, where people can find you. I'm Spotify, Instagram, all that kind of thing. Yeah, and what's coming out? What have you got? So you mentioned a tour, you mentioned an EP. Go for it.
We are heading out on our first headline tour this coming May. It starts on May the 3rd in Glasgow. We're going to Leeds, Manchester, Nottingham, Birmingham, Bristol, Cardiff, and finishing up in London. We've got, and I really meant this when I said it, amazing supports with us from Weller and Meringue, and it's just going to be insane. It's really good. Tickets are on sale now in searchasun.com. Go and buy them. And also, very, very, very soon, we may be dropping a little single / music video following a series of maybe very strange, odd teaser things, which, yeah, you'll see.
I
But yeah,
love that.
man.
I love that so much. I might see if I can come to that.
Do it.
May's near my birthday, so little treat and all that.
If you get a ticket, Marie, we will
Yeah.
sing you happy birthday from the stage. We will purchase a small cake for you because we're in a band. We can't purchase big cakes because we don't have any money.
Fair.
We'll purchase a small cake for you, and you can blow the candles out, and we will also partake in cheerleading exercises.
I love that so much. Everyone's gonna hear that now though, so if I do buy a ticket, it's gonna have to happen. I'll have to vlog the whole thing as well, just out of
Yeah, man. Which show would you come to? Whereabouts are you based?
I'm Bournemouth, so probably
Okay.
going London maybe. That's not too bad. I go to London a lot, so we'll figure that one out.
Cool.
Uh,
Cool.
But yeah, so on Bournemouth based. But back just before I end the podcast and do all my thank yous to people and stuff like that, I do want to say as well, because some people don't understand why I support local music, and it's because you all do it because you love it. Like you just said, you haven't got the money for anything. Like I think people assume that you're making loads of money, and it's not the case. Like obviously, unless you're selling a shit ton of merch, which even then it's not like, do you know what I mean? And the reason I do this is because a lot of the time I know you guys are playing for very little money. Some people play for no money, so it's this is why I do what I do, and it's good. Sometimes I listen to some local music and I am like, that's better than some of the stuff that I've heard that's like big, I suppose. And that frustrates me a little bit because it's like, get these guys out there, please. So that's why I'm here.
It's so many
Well,
great
if you-
undiscovered bands.
Yeah.
So many.
So many. I completely agree.
We
Yeah.
appreciate you and the support that you give to us and other local acts.
Indeed.
It's needed.
Yes. So thank you guys for coming on. Is there anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
I might bring you steak and chips and cider on your okay.
I'm up for that.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
No promises. There'll be a cake, but if we present a steak and chips, you're just gonna have to sit down and eat it while we're playing.
Steak cake.
Steak,
I love
steak
Yeah,
bake.
we'll get you a steak bake.
steak bake. I love that so much. Are
And-
you guys on all of the socials? So Instagram, Facebook.
Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, just in search of Sun, you'll see us. You can't miss us. Bright
Happy-
yellow everywhere. And my final thought for the day is when life gives you lemons, come to an In Search of Sun show.
Mm.
You heard it.
This has been one of my favorite podcasts so far, just because there's been like the banter is strong. It's good. I like it. It's good.
Thanks.
You'll be sick of us soon enough.
Yeah. Thank you guys for coming on. Thank you guys at home for watching, because without them there wouldn't be no Let's Talk Music. But thank you guys for coming on. Without you there'd be no Let's Talk Music either. So thank you for watching. Thank you guys for coming on. You guys at home, keep on playing, keep on listening, and I'll see you guys soon.
Slow.
Oh, how do there we go.